Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are taking our first look at Les Terribles. Terrible? Terrible. We'll just go with that. Les Terrible. Now, I have an interesting relationship with the name Terrible, and it happens to be on a French tank back in the day. When I was playing World of Tanks, I nicknamed my bat chat El Terrible. So, kind of funny. But that being said, I hope you guys are ready. We're going to go over some of the stats real quick. I'll go over my commander build and everything. This is a Tier 6 Premium French destroyer. Now, first of all, I am not a destroyer player. You guys know this. I suck. Okay, no joke. I suck at destroyers. I ain't lying. You guys that have seen streams know better. I do really suck. First things first. What does it look like? Honestly, not a bad looking ship. I like the camo. It's a good looking ship, even in the goofy, Halloween themed port. I like it. So from looks, I give it a solid 7 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if it wasn't for this stupid tower in the back. I get it, but I don't at the same time. We could squeeze more stuff on the ship. Yeah, I get it. But anyway, let's go over the build. First of all, commander I'm using is Philippe Aboyano. Okay. We're not going to go over all the perks and stuff. We're just going to show you real quick. Currently, he is level 9, I believe. Yep, level 9. His powder keg gives you more HE shell damage. We've got subsurface adventure. We've got fragile threat. We've got stand or fall. Now, the reason I chose this particular perk is because you get into a lot of gunfights with other destroyers in this thing because it's good at it. And the more HP you lose, the faster your reload times get on all of your armaments, your main guns and torpedoes. So if you lose health, you're getting more DPM. And it's already fantastic in that regard. Then finally we have Destroyer Be Destroyed, maximum destroyer speed. Reduces the precision of the main guns, but it's fine because most of the time you're hitting what you aim at. And then finally, we've got, for the legendary perk, we've got engine boost, reload time, duration, and adds 1 extra charge, which is kind of nice. For inspirations, we've got Raizo Tanaka, of course, for the extra torpedo damage. And by the way, these torpedoes hurt. You do not want to get hit by these torpedoes. These are Japanese-esque torpedoes. You don't want to get hit by them. But yeah, let's go to the ship itself. Let's check out the load. We've got aiming systems 1. We've got propulsion mod, and we've got concealment. Now, concealment's a big thing in this ship. And why is that? Because this ship does not get smoke, okay? The only consumables you get are your damage control and your engine boost. That's it. That's all you get. Alright, now I recommend running the Epic Booster, which you can convert holding X, okay? But if you run the Epic Booster, I recommend it a lot because it gives you more range on your guns, more movement speed, and your reload time of your consumables is reduced. So definitely recommend running this booster in particular on this ship because you need all the help you can get in this ship. So, survivability. We have a little bit of a reduction in hit points due to some of our perks, but 17,670, not bad. It's right there in the wheelhouse with most of the destroyers at this tier. Not bad. This is where it's good. 139mm guns. Yes, those are big for a destroyer. Not 150 like you find on the Germans, but still, 139, and they reload every 5.3 seconds. Now, that was 5 stock. And unfortunately, there is no French commander that you can use for the destroyers to reduce the reload time and like we do with Arleigh Burke on the American destroyers. Because if they did that, this thing would be a monster. But as it stands, I'm going to have to be honest. I think this is a 95% no-go for most of us, and myself included. I suck in destroyers. This ship is not for me. That being said, it is a fine ship. But it doesn't get smoke. Its only defense is the captain that's sailing it. Okay? You have really fast speed. So I'll go over that in a minute. 550 millimeter tube lance torpedoes. 550 millimeters. You get 3x3. Now, it's got the one center mount torpedo launcher and then one off of either side of the ship. So the maximum you're going to get off of either side of the ship is 2 salvos. But what I like about that is that you save the other one for an emergency. So it's always like you got an extra set in your back pocket that you can pull out when you absolutely have to. And the torpedoes, again, very good. They're mid-range, unfortunately, 8 kilometers. You can get that up to 8.7, I believe, if you go with a little bit of a finagling. Instead of taking the fire rate per HP lost perk, you would take the torpedo range perk instead. Anyway, AA defense, it's actually, no, don't do it. We don't have to worry about it anyway. But maximum speed, 45.2 knots without engine boost. 45.2 knots! That's incredible! You're going to be running down destroyers while they're using their engine boost. Take that and swallow it for a second. Like, seriously. That's ridiculous. But the other thing is, you still get engine boost. Your concealment, not great. Now, I have with all of the perks, now it comes with premium camo all the time, or permanent camo on stock when you buy it. And I've got the expert or the epic booster at the end, so that helps. But yeah, 5.8 kilometers is the lowest I can get this ship, and that is not good for a destroyer, especially high-tier destroyer. With only 8-kilometer torpedoes, that doesn't leave you much of a cushion, especially when you're doing 45 knots. So you're going to get spotted, and there's no way you can hide. So it's run away and fire your guns all the time. Pretty much. Your guns are very good for a destroyer, and these guns will absolutely wreck most other destroyers, with the exception of the Germans, which it can still wreck the Germans, but the Germans being 150 millimeters instead of the 139, they get a little bit of an advantage, plus they get more hit points than you to begin with, so be careful fighting the Germans. But everybody else, and I'm talking Americans included, you do not have to worry about a gunfight. You will out-DPM every last one of them. You do not want, if you're in a destroyer, to get in a gunfight with this particular destroyer. It will wreck you. It's got good high explosive. I like it a lot. But again, this is one of those ships that is it's a very good ship for the very few people that can pull it off. I am not one of those people, but hopefully you guys are ready. We're going to jump over. Oh wait, we forgot. There's a new thing. Let's check it out and see what Wargaming has to say are the strengths and weaknesses of this here ship. Overview. It is fast, above average maximum movement speed. That's slightly understated. Big guns. This ship is armed with high caliber main battery guns. For a destroyer, that is absolutely true. And no smoking. This destroyer lacks a smoke screen as a negative. I like how they're doing this. So very good. And of course it gives a description down there. One of the Fantasque cruisers, or Fantasque class torpedo boat destroyers, large, fast ships with powerful artillery armament. During the trials, she gained a speed not yet surpassed by any destroyer. And that was, it entered service in 1936. There were 6 of them built. So, very good. There you go. I like that a lot. We'll be doing that from now on. We'll be checking those out. And you guys will have to let me know if you want to see a video on all of the other ships, but you can check it out yourself from the tech tree. But yeah, we're going to get right over into the game. I apologize. I know this took a little bit too long, and the game is unfortunately really long, so I apologize for that as well. But hopefully you guys enjoy. We're going to have some fun. All right. Now, on to the gameplay. Now, I apologize for this video being so long. It's just one of those. I had a decent match. It's one of the few decent matches I've had in this thing. So, hope you guys will enjoy watching it and see this ship in action. Like I said, this ship is not a bad ship. I am just a bad destroyer captain, which is why this ship isn't as good to me as it is to maybe some of the better destroyer captains. It's not me. I mean, it is me. The reason that, yeah. Anyway, like I said, this ship is not for everybody. This is not something that everybody will jump in and have a giant, great time in. Okay? The fact that this thing is such a specialty ship will mean, inevitably, that there are several people that dislike this ship. But watch how much of this match I can affect with this ship because of how fast it is. Now, initially, I'm going to push over towards the towards the handle of the Trident because this is the side that is always overmatched. The enemy, when you spawn on this side, the enemy always has numbers. Whether they use that or not is up to them. A lot of times people get real super passive on this map and they don't push. But if the enemy pushes, which these guys are going to, then this side is the side that gets overmatched. Now, with that being said, hello Icarus. You're in for a rough day if you're gonna get into a fight with me. And he gets lucky. I only hit him once. We go ahead, fire the second one. He gets spotted immediately, and we didn't actually hit him that time. But we did get 1,300 damage. He got a nice little shot on us as well. But it's not so much him that's shooting at me that I got to worry about. It's everybody else. Luckily, this ship is so fast that most of the time that people shoot at you, they're not going to hit reliably. Most of the time, they are going to underestimate how fast this thing is. Because there's no other ship out there that's this fast. And notice I haven't even started using my engine boost yet. Yeah, we're cruising at 40 knots, and I haven't used an engine boost yet. Not bad, huh? Now, we did launch some torps here at the Gneiseno. Wait for it, come on. We just got to get close enough. Now, the Icarus kind of took off, which is probably for the best for him, because if he's not going to be able to do much to me, he's going to get himself into a lot of trouble. And so we launched a couple here at the King George. Just giving him a nice wide spread because we're not sure what he's going to do. Now, if you look at the map, my team is kind of running away. And that's kind of normal for this map. However, it's not good for us. Because we need, on this map, you need some folks dug in, willing to take a pounding, but also giving it back. Now, I'm not saying go out there broadside on, get deleted, or run into all the torpedoes in the world. But you got to give yourself a chance. And so, looks like we might get a single hit. Nope, he manages to split all my torpedoes, which is a shame, really. I thought I was going to hit him there. It's unfortunate. But we're about to get our torps back, and we'll give him some more presents to think about. And, this is, like I said, this is a destroyer nightmare. This thing, you do not want to get detected by this in a destroyer because the rate of fire coupled with the amount of damage that the HE does is not good for your health. This thing, I've gotten in fights with everything up to and including the top tier German, and I have yet to lose a single 1v1. With the exception of a guy that was either extremely smart and nostered me by going, running aground, and I missed one salvo and he killed me. Or he just ran aground and screwed up and got lucky. But, yeah, that's what happened. I almost forgot about that. So before I say I've not yet lost a single 1v1 versus another destroyer, there was that one. And I believe he was in a Fletcher. Could be wrong. But, yeah. So we get a couple hits here. And I believe it was on the King George. King George has taken at least one, and yeah, we've got some flooding going on the King George. Now, I wasn't paying attention, I'll be real honest. So then we noticed the Icarus again, and speaking of running aground, how you doing? So I'm gonna try to take him out as quickly as we can. Again, these rounds are very nasty. We're not hitting very well at the moment because we haven't been hitting him. But we're about to run aground ourselves. I try to stop. Unfortunately, we do go a little too far forward. And I get the kill, and I'm like, oh, we got him. And then I realized, no, that was the King George. We managed to flood him to death, and I hadn't even realized he was still getting damaged. Of course, Icarus launches his torpedoes. That's the only reason any destroyer... Oh my god, it's another destroyer! Okay, new gunfight. Get ready, get set, and fire! Alright, so this Fubuki has no chance of winning a gunfight with me. I don't think he realized what he was getting himself into until it was too late. And he's going to go ahead and do the one thing that I can't do, which is throw his smoke screen and disappear. I can't do that. So, unfortunately, he gets a couple more shots into me. His teammates get some shots on me, and now it's time to sail away. I only got 8,000 health. I've managed to get half of my health taken so far. And we don't have a whole lot to show for it. We got 41,000 damage, which isn't bad. But, you know, for a Tier 6 destroyer, it's not a great game. But again, you just... I don't have the skill to pull this off. And could I learn destroyers and probably use this better later? Probably. But I'm not a destroyer guy. It's too much luck involved in destroyers. And before you get pissed off, I'm not... You need a lot of things to go right to have those monster games. And most of those things that need to go right is the fact that the enemy that you're shooting your torpedoes at has to agree with you. Because it's not that difficult to avoid torpedoes, as long as you know they're coming. And this Bairn is going to do a pretty darn good job of avoiding torpedoes, almost to the point where it seems like he has hydroacoustics. Now, he's already shifted into reverse. I've got some torps on the way, a nice spread. I should get at least one hit out of this. That's what I'm hoping for. We send them all down there, given a decent spread on each. Narrow spread, obviously. He's not that far, so I don't want the torps going too crazy, but I want to get at least one hit out of this, and he does a pretty good job of avoiding them. But we do get one hit. Almost two, but unfortunately, just the one. But that's still enough to cause flooding, of course, and we do significant damage. Now, I am setting him up for the next run. I'm already thinking ahead. We're going in 40 knots. I'm charging in, and just about the time that I think I'm going to start being able to do some damage, I get detected. Who is it? None other than the stupid Fubuki again. All right, Sunshine, you entered twice. You are not leaving this time. I don't know why you came back for more, but you deserve what you get. He gets one salvo off, and down he goes. So, yeah, again, very good anti-destroyer guns here. Now, I know the Fubuki not exactly the most ridiculous target to shoot at. It's pretty easy to hit. The guns aren't that scary. It does get the double guns for the first time in that line, so they can pack a punch, as you saw him take 1,000 hit points off of me pretty quick with one salvo. But just for the sheer fire rate of these things, and it only has 5 guns. That's the best part. It only has 5 guns, and it can still punch them so hard. It's insane. But you've got to do something. Now, initially, I was looking at trying to cheese it up, go torpedo build on this thing, but this thing is not a torpedo build. Yes, you can get the torps up to 8.7. Yes, you can get them at 68 knots. But honestly, for what you're getting out of them, it's not worth the loss of your guns. These guns are fantastic. They are the best part of the ship, and the speed is the best part of this ship with those guns. The torps are just a bonus. Now, again, this Bairn is just, he's giving me fits. And we've got a teammate coming this direction in a Nagato, and this time I'm like, okay, well, I've got an island between me and the Bairn. I'm going to close the distance and be able to attack him without him being able to spot me in time, or spot the torps in time. But this guy ain't a dummy. Alright, he knows that I'm out here. So what does he do? Just about the time that I start to come up here and set up a torp strike from behind the island, he slows down like he doesn't want to come out. And I'm only 5 kilometers from him. I've got a 5.8 kilometer detection range, guys. That's not preferable. It's time to sail away, and quickly. Now, our engine boost is off cooldown. We've got all of the fish in the water. All he has to do is come out and he dies. But like I said, he's no dummy. He slowed down, he waited, and there they go. It's almost like he expected to get torped. But luckily, I have the extra ones in my back pocket. I flip around to the other side, and what does he do? He turns away from me. Completely turns away from me. It's almost like he expected another set of torpedoes to be coming. So, this guy is a torpedo dodging legend. And I have let my team on the other side of the map down because I came over here to deal with these guys. I did get the destroyer, but I've completely wasted my time with this Bairn, getting only 1 torpedo strike. Now, our Nagato is a tier 6 Japanese battleship with 16-inch guns. That's just a Bairn, okay? And our Nagato is full health. The Bairn is not. I have no idea how this Nagato manages to get himself killed versus this Bairn. But it is a thing. He does end up getting obliterated by this Bairn. Now we see the Jervis, or the Icarus, all the way down there, firing his guns like a madman. We see the Tirpitz out here on our left, and we see, or no, Gneisenau, sorry. We see the Gneisenau's out here in front of us, and so we need to try to help our teammate. And I make a mistake here, okay? First of all, our Bairn gets torped by their Gneisenau, because of course he would. Because only the people that are against me can avoid torpedoes. You know, they only work that way. And he's also broadside on to a Gneisenau from very close, that even the Gneisenau would have trouble missing. But that being said, I should have fired at this Gneisenau from the start. But I was saving him for this Icarus when he closed the distance, and I royally screw up this engagement as well. My accuracy here, good shot initially, but from here on out is absolutely horrendous. I forget that he is drifting that ship. He's not going in a straight line. So as I'm firing at him, I need to fire off the left side of his ship instead of straight at him. And I miss 3 salvos in a row before I'm like, oh yeah, he's going that way. Okay, so we take him down. We took unnecessary damage there. And so we're going to go ahead. We know these guys can see me, obviously. I can't hide from them in a smoke screen like I would like to. So there's that. So I give the Gneisenau with the most health a widespread, and we go ahead and give a widespread to the other Gneisenau. And I am trying to dodge my ever-living life out right now. I'm undetected for the moment because I haven't been firing my guns, hoping that this Gneisenau is stupid enough to sail in a straight line, and unfortunately, he's not. But we are going to catch him with 1. And like I said, these are nasty torpedoes. You do not want to get caught by these torpedoes. I don't care what ship you're in, it's going to hurt. These things are comparable to the Japanese torpedoes that do almost 20,000 damage, or more than 20,000 damage, depending on your build. Now, the Gneisenau over here managed to dodge all of those. So I start trying to burn him down, and I get absolutely wrecked by the Gneisenau on my right. And then this guy manages to miss, so that's good. And I keep the guns rolling. And again, if I had been firing at this guy earlier, this guy would have been dead by now. And he's not a good shot. He is missing me so much because he's just not expecting how fast I'm going. And of course his secondaries are just nailing me. but we managed to sink him. We were the only guy left alive. Somehow the Nagato managed to kill the guy, but also die in the same breath. Not sure how that works, but we end up top of the leaderboard. We got 4 kills. We did okay for what we are. But again, I do not recommend this for just any destroyer player. If you are an outstanding destroyer player and you're looking for a challenge, this is a good buy for you. For the rest of us, not so much. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.